Do you need an RTX 4070 Ti Super to enjoy popular games on a 1440p monitor, or does the RTX 4070 Super provide a good enough experience? Let's use these graphics cards to play some games using various graphics settings to find out. I am using this CyberPower PC as a test system for this video. It features the i7-14700KF CPU cooled by the MSI Core Liquid M240 CPU liquid cooler, paired with the MSI Z790 Tomahawk Wi-Fi motherboard, 32GB of DDR5 5600CL40 memory, 2TB Kingston Fury Renegade SSD, and MSI A850GL power supply. You can order this pre-built PC at the link in the description below, or build your own using my Amazon affiliate links to buy all the parts you need. Alright, here's how I think we should go about testing this thing out. I will play the games at settings that I think provide a great gaming experience. That's the settings that I use to play these games, using the 4070 Ti Super graphics card. And then we'll swap the cards to 4070 Super and try to get the same or similar level of experience on the 4070 Super to see if the Ti is really worth it. Do you need a new Windows license key like I do right here with my new PC build? Then I have a great solution for you. Over the last 3 years, I've saved a lot of money by buying my Windows keys from cdkeyoffer.com. Allow me to demonstrate. I will be going for Windows 11 Pro. So just click on Buy Now. Then use my discount code IVADIM. Hit Apply. And that brings the price down to $22. After that, you just submit the order and select the payment method you wish to use. I will be going with the safe and fast PayPal payment. So you just press Pay Now. Once you're done with your payment, you will be redirected back to CDK Offer. And that's your order complete. Now you can go to User Center. Actually, it will redirect you there, where you can just grab your key by pressing View Key Code, Get Key, and then copy it. Then you can use your search bar to quickly bring up activation settings. Change key, insert that key, hit next, activate, wait a few seconds, and there you go. Now you have your Windows activated and ready to use for a fraction of the cost that you would normally pay. Get yours now at the link in the description below. And by the way, you may have noticed that they also have other Microsoft software, including Office 2019 and Office 2016. Don't forget to use my discount code if you want to grab any of those. Let's start with the HELLDIVERS 2. So I've set 1440p resolution, native, and I've cranked up all the settings. Alright, this is my first mission.
Found something.
Let's go. Oh, bring up the map. Okay. So that is our target right there. I think there is something over here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's kill these. Oh, this is bad. Well, at least the FPS is good. We're over 100 FPS most of the time. Oh my god, no, 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 no. Come on, reload, faster! Oh my god. That was intense. Oh. No, 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 no. Get back. Stay back, demon.
Don't you like the taste of freedom?
Grenade and then reload. Oh, out of ammo. Oh my god. Get back. Okay. I'm out of their way. Let's extract. Whew, that was fun. ultra quality, 1440p. Yes. Okay. This is it. Close to 90 FPS. It's a very good experience. For some reason I can't sprint. I don't understand.
Fire in the hole.
Boom. 80 FPS right there. Oh, no, you don't.
Freedom forever! Mag's empty.
Oh, empty mag. No, I can't run. Come on. Oh, no. This is the one I need to kill. Yep. There we go. All bugs are dead. Oh, except for these ones. Oh, look at that. Disgusting. I'm covered in green goo. Yes. Air support. Come on. Get me out of here. Alright, for this game my conclusion is this. At 1440p you have a very nice experience with the 4070 Super, so you don't need the TI at all. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything playing this game. It plays amazing on ultra quality, no problems. I'm using 1440p, DLSS on quality, frame generation enabled, and everything else is on ultra, ray tracing enabled and set to ultra. Inside of the castle we are getting amazing experience with over 100 FPS consistently. Very nice, very smooth and enjoyable. Just have a look at this beauty. Okay, but just in case if you are wondering, what if we disable frame generation? Maybe you just don't like it. If we disable frame generation, then we're getting still above 60 FPS, which is a great experience. Very fluid and enjoyable. But to be honest with you, because I have a 165 Hz monitor, I really like how frame generation fills in those gaps and just provides a much smoother gaming experience. Hogsmead is the most demanding area of the game, and yeah, with ray tracing the FPS is not as good here. So these are the areas that you would normally benefit from having frame generation enabled, and the experience will be good. So let me just demonstrate. Frame generation enabled, and voila, the game looks good and we have high FPS. Even if we go over here, so this is like the area where the FPS normally drops by a lot, but looking at the frame time graph, it's still not good. So something in this particular area right here is really messing up the performance. Don't know what it is, but yeah, that area right there is just not good. But in other areas the performance is great. Let's disable ray tracing and have a look at how that will change things. Without ray tracing, the performance is just through the roof. Have a look at that FPS. By the way, we are running still with frame generation and DLSS enabled for the moment. I'll disable those in just a bit. And yeah, the FPS is reaching the cap, 165, because that's the cap I've set. That's the refresh rate of my monitor. So there you go. And the game still looks amazing even without ray tracing. But now let's disable frame generation. And there you go. In one of the most demanding areas of the game, 100 FPS. And as for the DLSS, I prefer having it enabled because you need some sort of AA anyhow. And because DLSS also upscales resolution and gives you free performance, I just prefer using it instead of TAA. Because regardless of the AA you use, you'll still see certain artifacts and unpleasant things in the graphics. I just find that DLSS just provides great middle ground of, you know, performance improvement and image quality. The 4070 Super is in 1440p, DLSS set to quality, no frame generation for now. Ultra preset, ray tracing enabled, and it's set to ultra. Surprisingly, even with this demanding setting, it's still above 60 FPS in this game. This is mad. I mean, mad good. Yeah, and don't forget that we can always just take it down one notch in terms of ray tracing. Downgrade it from ultra to high, lose a little bit of quality, but it still will look great, and regain some of that FPS back. So let's do just that, because I'm curious, like what can we actually achieve here? High settings for ray tracing. And check this out. Now we are at 70 plus FPS. And I can't say that, you know, it looks any different. We really have to pixel peep to find any meaningful differences between these two settings. But to be fair, you know, we were running with high ray tracing for the TI model, so let's keep doing that, and let's enable frame generation. Because 60 plus FPS is plenty enough to enable frame generation and not, you know, incur lots of penalties in terms of latency. Yeah, it feels very good, very fluid. If I were playing this game, I mean, I am playing this game right now because I want to complete the story. I would play like this, honestly. Just by running around, I can already tell that this is good and much more enjoyable than, you know, good old 60 FPS. This looks much better on my 165 Hz display. In Hogsmead, it's a different story. The FPS is a bit lower, but with frame generation, it still stays above 60, well above 60, and the game feels good. But just to show you what it's like, let's disable frame gen. Where is it? There it is, frame generation disabled. DLSS is still on quality, and well, we're getting quite a few dips around here and around this area. But in general, 50 plus FPS. And here's the 4070 Super performance without ray tracing at 1440p. DLSS is still set to quality. Oh, actually, let's just double check. Is frame generation on? No, it's disabled, but DLSS is on quality. And check this out. This game, without ray tracing, still looks very beautiful, so you don't even need it. Have a look at this. Amazing performance. Incredible. Even like in these areas where it used to be like 40 plus, it's dropping down to 60 plus now. But in other areas, it's well above 90, 80, 100 plus. Let's go back to Hogwarts Castle. In the courtyard, still 100 plus FPS. Beautiful castle, lots of details, lots of NPCs. And there we go. Over here, the FPS is mad high. 165 over here, in this room right here. Basically, at 1440p, 4070 Super graphics card is very strong. Exceptionally strong, I would say.
Might some kind soul help me?
I'll help you later, calm down.
Help me with my sad predicament.
At 1440p, the 4070 Ti Super is powerful enough to handle this game even without the help of DLSS. So let's have a look at this. Yeah. It's pretty consistent 120. Of course, 1% lows are not, you know, up to speed with that, but still. The game looks great and the performance feels amazing. But if you want to improve those 1% lows, then we can do that with the help of DLSS. Let's enable DLSS to quality, because I would not advise choosing anything below quality setting for 1440p. Nah, it doesn't look like it did much. 1% lows are still hovering around 90, so it's just unloading your GPU a little bit, so it's not working as hard. So for example, in this scenario right here, the graphics card is consuming around 200 watts and the load is hovering around 76, 77-ish, 75. So let's disable DLSS and see how that will change things. And there you go. So the GPU is now consuming about 30 watts more. The load is now around 90. So yeah, you can really use DLSS to save some energy and get a more consistent performance in this game. And at 1440p on Epic preset, DLSS disabled, TSR is on. Close to 100 FPS. Very nice. But let's try to get closer to that 120 FPS target that I want to hit. Enable DLSS on quality. And there we go. That's your 120 FPS. It's that simple. Of course, there's like not a lot of spare resources left in the GPU because, you know, this game is still pretty intensive when we are talking about high FPS scenarios. But still, I mean, on a 4070 Super, for this game, once again, you don't need the Ti. Even at 4K resolution, you will get above 60 FPS experience on max settings. What more is there to ask for? Look at them go. In Fortnite, I prefer the following settings at 1440p. I'm running with Epic preset enabled, DLSS set to quality, because we do need some sort of AA, and DLSS is doing a good job for me in this game. And as you can see, I have Lumen disabled because I don't like it. It does look good, but it eats up a lot of performance, and also it puts you in a very, very disadvantaged position in terms of like competitiveness, because in certain areas inside of buildings and like sheds and stuff, it just creates such dark shadows that you can't really see what's going on. So I don't like that one bit. But check it out, we're getting over 200 FPS with these settings. So if you have a 165 Hz monitor like I do, this is plenty fast. I would even cap the FPS if I were playing just by myself, not demonstrating anything, but I know that some of you have 240 Hz monitors, and just to demonstrate that you can really get to 240 FPS, let's set the preset to high, and there you go. You're getting closer and closer to consistent 240 FPS. Sometimes it still dips below 240, but it is fine. It is enjoyable. And now 1440p, epic preset, DLSS on quality. And we're getting close to 200, but not just quite. Very good experience, but if you want to get a little bit sweatier and get closer to that 240 Hertz setting, then we're going to have to lower some of those graphics. So let's lower it to high. We're getting above 200 FPS now, so this is fine. I'm happy with that. But in case you're not, and you want to get like really close to that 240 mark, then let's lower the settings even further. Medium. And once you're on medium, it's not a problem at all to get 240 FPS. And to be honest with you, I can even see everything clearer now. Let's go and get those kills. So my conclusion, 4070 Super is plenty fast for playing Fortnite, so it's not an issue. 4070 Ti is not required. Next up is Starfield. We are at 1440p. Settings are set to Ultra, DLSS is on DLAA, so that's just the AA. Frame generation disabled. Yeah, when you're out and about, on a mission, somewhere, this is the performance you should expect. Close to 100 FPS at 1440p. So if you're going through corridors, it is even higher. Very nice. However, if you travel to a big city where the FPS drops by a lot, this is a demanding scene, we still see above 60 FPS, which is good. And if you want to, make this experience even smoother, then you enable frame generation. So let's do just that. Actually, let's enable DLSS quality as well. And there you go. Even in such a demanding scene, we are seeing above 100 FPS consistently. Amazing. This actually looks pretty good. Personally, I would play it like this to get the high refresh rate experience out of this game. But let's jump into a mission scenario once more. Yeah, when you use these settings on a mission, it's just your FPS goes to the maximum. And there you have it. These are the settings to use if you want to take advantage of your high refresh rate monitor. And the 4070 Ti Super is a very much good GPU to play this game at this resolution and these settings. We're at 1440p on 4070 Super, and the preset is Ultra, DLSS set to quality, frame generation is disabled right now. When you're on the mission, you can expect close to 100 FPS at 1440p. Yeah, this is very good. No problems at all. And when you visit a city, you can still expect close to 60 FPS or higher. So for 1440p, Ultra preset, 4070 Super is good to go. You don't really need 4070 Ti Super. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. The performance is still good. But if you are interested in checking out frame generation performance, then let's enable that and have a look. Yeah, now even in the city, get close to 100 FPS. Marvelous. And on a mission, we're at above 140. 160 plus when we enter the corridors. Maybe we should blow this up. Uh-oh. Yeah, there it goes. We are back on the 4070 Ti Super in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora 1440p, and I chose to use NVIDIA DLSS as my AA. So yeah, you could go with TAA, but to be honest with you, I've done some testing and I can tell you that both TAA and DLSS have their own set of visual issues. I just find NVIDIA's more in line with what I like, but you may use TAA and the performance difference is negligible, so it's more or less the same as long as you keep it on ultra quality. The performance will improve greatly with NVIDIA's DLSS if you choose to go with quality, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment, but first let's keep it on ultra for now. Other than that, graphics are set to ultra preset, but it says custom because I had to make some changes like turn off motion blur and depth of field. As you can see, everything else is set to ultra quality, and the performance is very nice. We're staying at above 90 FPS, sometimes going above 100. Oh, 70 there. So yeah, this is like a weather event, but still the experience is very good. Very fluid. I like it. However, if you want a little bit more performance, then you need to turn on DLSS quality. So let's do that. And just like that, you improved your FPS. It's back to 90 plus now. However, I must say that because there's so many little details in the forest when you run, I don't particularly like how some of the grass and foliage looks when I set DLSS to quality mode. I'd much rather keep it on ultra quality, which I assume means that it's just pure DLAA working instead of the DLSS. Yeah, keep that in mind. But all of us have different preferences, and maybe the picture quality doesn't bother you that much on quality DLSS. You just prefer to have a much higher FPS because indeed this is a shooter game, so higher FPS is very much appreciated in this sort of game. Apart from the foliage problems, there's also certain parts of the game where like characters are walking and you see a lot of ghosting introduced by DLSS quality, so it's certainly not perfect. Now let's take a look at how the 4070 Super fares at 1440p resolution, and NVIDIA's DLSS, I'll set it to quality because that's the setting we used on the 4070 Ti Super to get the perfect experience, and everything else is set to graphics quality set to ultra. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. Unfortunately, in this particular scenario, the performance is below 60 FPS, which is not great, because on the 4070 Ti Super we had a superb experience with well above 60 FPS. Interesting. This is a very demanding game indeed, but let's try and get the perfect experience. I mean, when I'm just running around like this, it's not too bad. It's only these particular scenarios where you'll have a performance dip below 60. It's kind of ruining the experience just a little bit, but for the most part, in the most of the game, I think it'll be fine. It looks fine. Yeah, for example, this scenario is absolutely fine. You're just overlooking the forest and it's beautiful and the performance is good, but then you move closer to the base and suddenly you're getting drops below 60.
So let's try and remedy that with DLSS quality. Just bear in mind what I said. DLSS quality at 1440p does introduce some problems visually that I don't particularly like. But, you know, maybe you want to keep playing on Ultra preset to get all the beautiful textures and effects. And check this out. Yeah, with DLSS quality, the FPS stays above 60 even in this scenario where we had problems previously. So you will have to make some sacrifices. Let's just do a quick switch. Let's do DLSS Ultra quality and then set graphics to high instead of Ultra. Basically, if you drop the settings down one notch, you'll get that great experience even with DLSS Ultra quality. Yeah, this feels great. The game still looks very good. I mean, I can't really spot anything different from the Ultra quality preset. So basically, the compromise with the 4070 Super is that you'll have to lower the settings. Either lower the settings or use DLSS quality. While on the 4070 Ti Super, you can just keep Ultra settings, keep DLSS on Ultra quality, and enjoy the perfect performance and perfect visual quality. So it is a trade-off. The conclusion is that you can still enjoy this game at 1440p on a 4070 Super just as well as on a 4070 Ti Super.
In conclusion, you definitely can enjoy most of the latest AAA games at 1440p with a 4070 Super graphics card. However, keep in mind that there are still a few games out there that ask for more compute power than the 4070 Super has to offer. That is, if you want to play these games on maximum graphics settings without using DLSS and frame generation. But you can always reduce the settings, get a similar level of visual quality and high enough FPS to actually enjoy the game. I guess what I'm saying is that the 4070 Super is a good choice for 1440p in terms of price and performance. However, if you want a zero compromise experience, then you should go for the 4070 Ti Super. Links to buy the graphics cards featured in this video are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, then reward my work with a like and subscribe for more if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.